From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Harriet Agbeni.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, former President Olusegun Obasanjo says he still remains with the PDP as the APC makes overtures to him to jump ship. Federal lawmakers from the Northeast appeal to the federal government to address security challenges in the region ahead of the 2015 elections. The military hunts members of the Boko Haram sect after a daring attack on the barrack in Ogun State. And Thailand's main opposition Democrat Party threatens to boycott snap elections in the country. In our business news tonight, Nigeria targets a 30% broadband penetration by 2017.
And on sports news tonight, Luis Suarez celebrates his new contract as Liverpool go to the top of the English Premier League.
We begin tonight in Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, where the opposition party, the All Progressives Party Congress, has visited former President Olusegun Obasanjo in the party's ongoing moves to convince members of the PDP to join the APC. Now, among those at the meeting are the national interim leader of the party, Chief Bisi Akonde, former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu, Governor of Imo State Rochas Okorocha, former EFCC Chairman Nuhu Ribadu, and the former Kwara State Governor, Senator Bukola Saraki. Also at the meeting are the Kano State Governor, Rabiu Kwankwaso, his Adamawa State counterpart, Murtala Yako, and the Kwara State Governor, Ahmed Abdul Fattah. Former State Governor Bola Tinubu in the APC pitch extolled the virtues of Chief Obasanjo, while the former president says that even he acknowledges the importance of the opposition in any vibrant democracy, he remains a card-carrying member of the PDP.
One that is as unique as yourself. One having fought in the battle to save Nigeria. You've seen through independence. You've seen the horror of civil war. You've ended the horror of civil war. You've ruled as a military head of state. You've handed over. You've seen the tribulation. And the accomplice Nigeria Marines classified one of their accomplices. And you've seen the agony of totalitarianism that almost even gets you close to the gallows. You've come back out of that tribulation. You have had the highest position in this country democratically for 8 years.
I am a card-carrying member of PDP. My party is PDP. My politics is Nigeria, Africa, and the world in that order. And I'm a Democrat. And I do know that one of the essential ingredients of democracy is opposition. A democracy that has no opposition built into it appeal that politics that will be played will be politics without rancor, politics without bitterness, politics with principle, politics with decency, politics that has Nigeria at the heart of all that is done. And let me say this. I am an incurable optimist about Nigeria. But I am also totally committed to Nigeria. And nothing will divert me or distract me from that commitment.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo and former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu on the APC's latest moves to convince members of the PDP to join its ranks. Now, staying in Ogun State, and the choice of Honorable Abiodun Akinlade, a member of the Federal House of Representatives, as a governorship candidate of Ogun State Labour Party, as announced by the state executive of the party, led by Bode Simeon, is raising a lot of dust in the party. Elders of the party from Ogun West Senatorial District have declared the action as null and void. At a stakeholders meeting held by the leaders in Jogarile Yewa North local government area of the state, the elders described the decision as malicious and that a transparent and genuine process that would usher in the party flag bearer from the zone has commenced.
It all began when the state executives of the party, at a meeting held at the party's secretariat, unanimously announced the choice of the party, which they said was informed by some factors, which included acceptability, political acumen, among others.
Honorable is here, Abiodun Akinlade, have been identified to fly the flag of the party in the gubernatorial election of 2014-2015. General election by the grace of God and the support of the people of Ogun State, including you.
But in what seemed like a turn of events, party elders from the Ogun West Senatorial District,
without his consent, and when we had our meeting at Akure, the first thing the man did and coached me was that he apologized and appealed that he never knew anything about it.
While fingering the tractors in the ongoing scenario, the leaders said that the Ogun West Senatorial District, which has never produced a governor in the state in its over 30 years of existence, was ready to take its destiny in its hand.
Well, from the southwest to the northeast region, politics is an issue that remains on the front burner. While the federal government has been asked to address the security challenges in the northeast to ensure elections take place there in 2015. Federal lawmakers in the House of Representatives are making the appeal in response to the decision of INEC not to hold elections in Adamawa, Borno and Yobe states if the states remain under emergency rule. INEC Chairman Professor Atahiru Jega announced the decision during a meeting with the Senate Committee on INEC.
About it. So we should find out why.
The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, at a meeting with members of the Senate Committee on INEC, he touched on some of the challenges confronting the commission ahead of the 2015 general elections.
Our hope is that the challenges in the northeast will long be addressed before 2015 election. Otherwise, if the security is such that we cannot do elections, we will have to fall back on the provisions of the law to see whether we can postpone the election or whether we can cancel it. But what is clear is that you cannot conceivably do an election under a period of emergency. Because again, it's clear that there is generalized insecurity, and if there is generalized insecurity, how can you do election on that?
These comments have triggered a lot of reactions across the country, including lawmakers from the states under emergency rule.
When it comes to the issue of politics, I think we are only trying to play a game with it. So the fact of the matter is that we need our people to have a normal lifestyle. That is most paramount. And of course, we all know that the laws establishing INEC indicates that that is very, very necessary for us to hold peaceful elections. Are we under attack by any country? Have we ceded that area to any other country? In the absence of positive answers to these questions, nobody would expect us to accept our not participating in an election which is nationwide.
The lawmakers say it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that peace returns to those parts before the elections are held.
Rather than looking at how to make best of the challenge, I think we should concentrate more on getting solutions to the challenge. And I think that is the key. Because if a government that knows that it is about to hold elections in the next 1 year, in almost every part of the country, I think it is very, very important or imperative at this point in time for them to ensure that there is peaceful coexistence in every nook and cranny of the country. And if there should be a failure to keep peace to the extent that elections cannot be held after 2 consecutive emergency orders after 12 months, and then the government can still not guarantee peace in that area, then they are the persons to be questioned.
With just 1 year between now and the 2015 elections, most Nigerians will be watching and believing that the elections will hold as expected in the 3 northeastern states. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, the military hunts Boko Haram members after the sect attacks a barrack in Ogun State. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.